Okay, folks. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to another Volt TV Prime edition. Okay, I'm your host Nelson Mike with Ryuki. It's too many names. Too many names. It's too many names. It's too many names. It's too many names. I'm your host Nelson Mike with Ryuki, and right here on Volt TV, YouTube, and remember that today's broadcast will be also live streaming on 4 other platforms, which include my private Facebook page, the Volt TV Facebook page, also on Twitter at Volt Television, and of course here on Volt TV YouTube. Guys, today it's a different topic, it's a different subject that I'm going to be running tonight. No crying tonight. No crying! You're going to be crying tonight. Okay? It's going to be a lot of Hakuna Matata. And the topic, as you can see on the screen, is Africans versus Black Americans. And as you can see, I have my special guest tonight, man. I'm so honored to welcome Denise Middleton. Welcome, Denise.
Thank you.
Now, as we proceed, let me see who's in the room. Damn, Denise, they were excited. They couldn't wait. Now, check this out. So the topic is Black Africans versus Black Americans. And the conversation is, why is it so hard? Why is it so hard for Black Africans to date Black Americans and vice versa in America? Woo! Denise, let me see. We got people in the room already. Let's welcome Sister Sice is in the building. And guys, don't write Hakuna Matata right there because it's going to be Hakuna Matata tonight. See, it's Hakuna Matata, but tonight I'm saying Hakuna Matata. Denise, man, just welcome to the show and say hi to the folks. And
hey, Moses.
Let them know where you're watching from and what you do. And actually, you know what? Let's actually even promote your business as well. Welcome, Denise.
Okay. So my name is Denise Middleton. I am a mobile massage therapist in the DMV. And I've been doing in the industry for 10 years. So yeah, my business is called Rebuilding Harmony Therapies. It's exclusive though, referral only. So you got to know somebody who knows somebody.
That's right. But we're taking it listen, but we're taking your business global. And I'm actually very and I'm actually very excited to be actually working on your project. And soon, guys, you're gonna be able to access her new website that I'm working on. Man, it's such a pleasure. Let's see in the chat. We got Moses Kokach. Does that sound Black American to you, Denise?
Not at all. Hey, but hi again though.
Sounds like we got people from Wakanda in the building.
Cool.
Moses Kokach is here. Give me a second. I'm gonna give you another name. Let's try this out. The other name is Wadoide is in the chat room.
Okay. I'm glad you pronouncing these because I'm not good.
Listen, can you say Wadoide?
Okay. That looks right.
Okay.
That looks correct.
That looks right. Yeah, that looks right. It's gonna be a long night. Woo! So how do we start this show? I usually have like an icebreaker. And by the way, like I said, I have a surprise for you. I have a surprise guest for the show tonight. Let's start the show, Denise.
Okay.
Have you ever dated a Black African?
I have. Yeah.
Okay.
More than one.
Okay.
Yes.
Only one.
More than one.
I gotta write it down. Denise.
Not with the nose.
One African. And one African only. Would you ever date an African again?
It's more than one. It's been about 3.
Oh. Hey, Denise, I'm confused now. Is it 1 or 3? Like uno, dos, tres. Uno, dos, tres. For the Spanish community, uno, dos, tres. She had 3. So Denise, was one of them from Kenya?
Yes. Yes.
I think I write it down. Oh, people are going crazy right here in the chat. Yeah, everybody's out here going crazy. Yeah, it's America. Hey, guys, tonight I gotta say it right. It's America. It's not America. Welcome to America. Welcome to America. So Denise has dated 3 Black Africans, and one of them is from Kenya. What other countries?
Ethiopia.
Okay.
And Ghana.
Ethiopia and Ghana.
Yeah.
Okay, so out of the 3, who had the best? I want to know.
Are we rating these
right
right now? Are we really rating these right now? Are we going 1, 2? We going 1, 2, 3? That's what we doing.
Can we rank them? Listen, can we rank Ethiopia, Ghana, and Kenya? Can we rank them from the best, from the top to the bottom? Who's on the top?
Nelson, I can't compare. I don't know if I can compare.
Hey, you have to. You have to. Who's on the top? I need to know.
I'm gonna just okay. So we're gonna go with Ghana.
Oh, hey, okay, guys. Thank you very much. I think we're done for this live stream show. Finish it again. I gotta finish the show. What?
Yeah.
Did you say? This is the top one. Is the Ghanaian goes on the top?
Yeah.
And then we'll come second. Ethiopian.
Kenya comes second. Y'all second.
Oh, it's gonna be a long night. Let me sip my coffee. I can't survive this.
You didn't tell me bring my I could have bought my tea too.
I told you bring your green tea, but I got my coffee because I told you you're gonna be on the hot seat.
Oh Lord, Nelson.
Hold on. So let me just welcome. Okay, people are losing their mind. Let me actually. Are you serious? Kenyan, right with the 2 other guys? Okay. That is the next question. It's going crazy already.
You know,
next
is like come for that one.
The next one is like they asking some like Kenyan MKC. Do you remember? Okay, let me ask you this. You know, in Kenya we have 42 tribes. Do you remember which tribe he was?
Oh, see, I don't.
I gotta write it down.
No.
You remember? You forgot?
I didn't.
Okay.
I did.
She didn't even ask what's tribe. Oh, Mrs. Middleton. I don't know what's going on there, but it's gonna be a lot. I'm taking notes. Yeah, Charlotte. Yeah, she said Ghanaian is on the top. She said Ghanaian's on the top.
Yeah.
Charlotte be like, oh yeah. Answer that question real quick, Denise. Do you see that on the screen?
I live in Maryland currently. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So Denise, we are actually let's actually give the viewers a background of how we came around. How this
that's
came
important.
Around. So Denise, I'm gonna start working on her project, on her website project and her logo project. And we were having dinner, and the topic about Black Africans and Black Americans and dating came up. And we were like, wow, like it's very uncommon to see Black Americans dating Black Africans and vice versa. And we're like, yeah, we agree on that. And then we say, why? And that's how I suggested, hey, we gotta take this, we're gonna bring this topic to the podcast. And here we are. Denise, man, I gotta say first of all, thank you very much for coming here. I'm representing the Wakanda team. Hey, wait a minute before I go. Next question. Did you watch the Wakanda movie?
I did. Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. Yes. You already started.
I did.
You already started.
I saw both.
So every time.
Yeah.
You watch it. Which one you like most? The first one or the second one?
Oh, that's hard.
It's not hard. It's easy.
I'm an original type of person. I like originals, so we're gonna go with the first one.
Okay, yeah. I'll say I love the first one.
Yeah.
Everything that comes out is like hey, it's like having the Hangover movie. You know, the first one was the
Yeah,
bomb.
it's always
By
the
the time it came to
original.
Hangover 3, we're down with it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go to the chart. Charlotte is saying, hey, she loves Ghanaians. Charlotte.
Come on, Charlotte.
What? Okay. Hey, Denise, are you dancing? That's how happy you are? Are we that bad? Okay, good.
No, it's not.
Man.
That's why it's hard to compare.
Good. So that was the question that's how we came about this topic, and now here we are on the podcast and we're having this conversation. I do appreciate you that I appreciate you. Denise, number one, because like you just said yes and here you are. Just coming here means a lot to me.
I'm nervous.
Oh, okay. Hey, listen. Am I seeing? Hey, wait a minute. See who's in the room.
Hey,
Did I see Blessing?
Hey, girl.
So the Lord is in the room. So he actually listen, Denise, I told you, bring the whole Black American gang, because I call my whole village.
You want her to join? Blessing, you want to join?
Yeah, she can join. Yeah, just send her the link as a guest.
Okay.
And by the way, listen, yeah, send her the guest link, okay? Not the public one, but the guest link.
Right, okay.
Okay. Welcome, Blessing. It's gonna be a long night. So hey, once Blessings comes here, we're gonna go crazy. And by the way, my surprise from Kisii. Julia tu pali ulipo. Julia tu.
Wait, you got to say it in English again.
I thought you watched the Wakanda movie.
Wait. I wasn't ready.
Yo, you wasn't ready? Okay. Hey, Blessing. How you doing? Hey, Blessing. I want to take you out for dinner, but first of all, come up here. So let me see. For those who are watching this broadcast, is anybody? Let's start with this. Do we have any Africans in here who have dated Black Americans? And do we have any Black Americans who have dated Black?
That's what I want to know. I want to hear from the Africans.
Yeah, you want to hear from the Africans?
Yeah.
Before we bring blessings to the room. Blessing, have you ever dated an African before? I know already she hasn't, but she has never done it. She has never done it. Yes, I'm just saying. Blessing, I'm sure you've never dated a Black African before. I'm just saying. The only thing she listens to is the Beatles African music. That's all she listens to. Oh, wait till she comes up here.
She gonna be mad.
Yeah, she say no.
Though, Nelson.
I said it. Hey, I'm right. She say no.
Yeah.
She say no. Hey, listen, Denise. If Blessings had a Black African guy, I would go crazy.
Yeah.
It would be cuckoo. I would go cuckoo if I had Blessings as my Black African girlfriend. Imagine how that would go.
You won't be able to handle it. You can't handle it.
So let me see. Someone is saying I only dated a Kisii and married to a Kisii. So Esther Elijah, you done. Are you familiar with the Kisii tribe, Denise?
No.
Okay, no. Have you ever been to Africa before?
No. I need to get over there.
It's gonna be a long night. Let me drink some coffee. So Denise has dated 3 African men, but has never been to Africa before.
Never.
Whoa. We're just getting started. So let me ask you a question, Denise, from your before I even chip in, and we're gonna have this conversation. Why is it so uncommon to find Black Americans dating Black Africans and vice versa? Just let's start from there. Let's just start with some baby steps.
Yeah, I think the baby step is stereotypes. So we all were taught something. Both Africans and Americans, Black Americans, were taught something about the other. And that kind of prevents us from really uniting the way we should, I think.
So let me ask a question. So let me ask you a question. So you as a Black American, what did you learn about, or what were you taught about Black Africans growing up?
Growing up as a kid, I'm an 80s baby. So all we had was like the little commercials of the African kids starving, and you need to donate money and give money to the kids so we can feed Africa. That type of messaging.
There you go. That's right. That's right.
So that's the original like thought and process of an American. They're like, oh, okay, starving kids in Africa. And then as I was older, basically the stereotypes became like very controlling men, very like everything has to be their way or not, or no way at all. Yeah, so it was like especially with the whole Black woman thing too, like that clash alone was like,
yeah,
we two strong people trying to do something together, and it's like not working. So
it's not working.
It's almost like a don't even try it because it's not gonna work type thing.
Okay, so let's do this. Stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you punch in. This is the first half. I'm gonna listen.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna give it to you because
I need to hear yours too. I wanna.
Hey! I'm coming.
Okay.
It's gonna be all mixed up. It's all gonna be mixed up. So let's do this. Denise, 30 seconds commercial break right here on the Vote TV podcast. Okay, welcome back to this conversation, Black Africans versus Black Americans. Why is it so uncommon to find Black Africans dating Black Americans in America and vice versa? My special guest, Denise Middleton. You can also, don't forget, you can just share your thoughts in the chat room, in the comment section. And if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel as we continue to grow. I have a special guest in the room, but I'm gonna bring the guest in later. You never know. Denise, I think, you never know, Denise. You never know. I say, you had an Ethiopian, you had a Kenyan, you had a Ghanaian. Oh, it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long night. Someone is saying, let me read this comment from Charlotte. She's saying, I used to date a Black American man, but he was a cheater and I moved on. I mean, listen, Charlotte, I can listen. Doesn't matter whether it's Chinese, Black American, Black African. This happens in all communities. I mean, that one about cheating, that's not even something that I should.
The thing is, she moved on. That's the key part right there. Move on.
No, I know what happened. She moved on to the next Black American. Oh, okay.
How you know?
Okay, Charlie, you moved on to the next Black American. The stereotype thing, let's actually start from there. I find like this thing about the stereotype thing is and even from a day-to-day experience, my own personal experience, Denise, it happens all the time. You got people who have actually never left their own state. Exactly. And they want to act like they know everything about where we come from.
Yeah.
And they're going to find that crash. Let me ask you a question. I mean, I can just highlight some stupid stuff. You got people who still think that in Africa, we don't even have cars. We ride on giraffes and zebras. What am I talking to?
Poor things.
What am I talking to? Yeah, we see riding on that. Listen, you know that movie. Elephant. Listen, you know that movie. The Gods Must Be Crazy. Have you ever watched that movie?
Mm-mm.
Okay, it's an old movie. It's like a movie that I don't like that movie. When I was a kid, we used to laugh about it. It was like this South African tribe. I think it was the Zulus, and the way the movie was made, it was just in a very typical African way.
Yeah.
With typical African stereotype mentality, like the thing that you watch, how they were dressed, how they were talking, the sound.
Yeah,
the people think like
when people.
You got people who think in Africa that's the only language we got. That's how we speak in Africa. That's how they think. Stereotypes. Okay.
Yeah.
But now let me come back to Okay.
Yeah.
But now let me come back to me as an African now, and what people think about Black Americans. The first thing that comes into mind is they are proud. It's a very proud community. You know what I mean? Like you'll hear that all the time. They got the proud. They think they own the world. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. Have you ever had a conversation with Black Americans?
Very interesting. I kind of want to talk about that, but that's very interesting.
Yeah, you hear that a lot. Then the fact that Black Americans have completely refused to, not all, but some, maybe a bigger percentage, I don't know, but some who have actually refused to connect with the fact that Africa is home. Which brings in that identity crisis of where do we belong?
Yeah.
Because I'm a Black American, but I don't want to be associated with Africa. But on the same token, in America, I'm not respected. I'm being, hey, who am I talking to today? Don't make me go to church. It's still early. It's still early. So you hear that happens in a lot of conversations. But because Denise, I do my homework. Let me actually read something about what you mentioned about stereotypes and prejudice.
Yes.
Negative stereotypes and prejudice towards both Black Africans and Black Americans can make it challenging to form relationships. For example, Black Africans may be stereotyped as being exotic or other, while Black Americans may be stereotyped as being urban or ghetto. You're gonna hear that all the time.
Yep.
Especially from the Black American, from the Black African community. Yep. So these Black Americans, they ghetto. And when they say they ghetto, that's negative already.
That's another thing. That word.
That word.
Yep.
They so ghetto.
Yep.
They so ghetto, and of course, then these stereotypes can create misunderstandings and biases that prevent individuals from getting to know each other on a personal level.
Yes.
So do we agree on that?
Yep. That's the smoke.
Are we on the same page?
Yep.
Smoke screen. As we proceed, Denise, let me give you a story. Last year, December, something happened. A Kenyan lady from, born and raised in Kenya, who came to America 19 years ago. Went to school. Did everything that immigrants do once they come to America, which is working towards achieving the American dream.
Right.
Had a very successful nursing career. Actually, she started her own nursing home. A mother of 4. Who was married to a Black American. Was brutally shot and killed in December by her husband. The husband also killed all 4 children.
What?
And then turned the gun on himself.
Wow.
And took his own life. A few days before that incident, he had just posted a very loving message on Facebook, wishing his loving wife happy birthday. That event triggered a huge discussion on social media about Black Americans. Talking about especially on Black, if you went to Kenyan web social media pages, that was the top story.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you this, you see that word ghetto? Oh, something else, another word, terminology, I'm gonna put it, they are violent. You'll hear that all the time.
Okay.
You hear Black Americans, they are violent. Like, They can go from 0 to 100 real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And snap. Then welcome Liz Mutu, saying a very nice topic. I agree. And guys, those who are watching, Sagasi, I see you're here. Those who are watching, feel free. I want you guys, it's not going to be only me and Denise and other people going to come here as a guest. I want you guys to participate and be active, be proactive. I definitely
want to hear from the audience too.
As we proceed. Now, let me bring in the third guest to the room.
Hey.
Denise, go like this. Do it like this, Denise. No, don't sit. No, like this. Yeah, you know why?
Wow.
Okay, let me welcome. I call her Dottie the Queen.
Mm-hmm.
She's Kenyan, born and raised, living, and she's now in the USA. And Dottie the Queen will be running for the Senate seat in Minnesota.
Come on.
Next year.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Dottie the Queen. Dottie, welcome to the room. Who's calling you, Obama? What's going on? Welcome, Dottie. Welcome to the conversation. Where did she go? She gets many phone calls during, like, that's normal. Don't worry about it. I was interviewing her yesterday, and that's what happens. I mean, me too, but sometimes I just have to cut it. Thank you, Atoidi. Now, Denise, did you hear that? She's running for the Senate seat. She's Kenyan born.
Yeah, that's huge. I love that for us.
How does that make you feel?
Oh,
an African woman coming here, and right now she's going for the Senate seat. We have the other African sister from the same state, who's actually in the serving in the Capitol Hill in the Congress.
Yes.
You know her name?
No.
She's an African congresswoman who actually also was raised in Kenya. Do you know her name?
Mm-mm.
She doesn't know her name because she's African.
That's not why.
Hey! I write it down. So she's also from Kenya. She was actually born in Somali, but because of the war crisis, then they all come to Kenya. Then from Kenya, she came to America as a refugee, and now she's in the Capitol Hill. She's in the Congress. You guys, okay? Let's check over here with the audience. Do you know who I'm talking about? Thank you, Sagasi. Ayan Oman. You know their name?
Got it.
Denise? Got it. Write it down.
Gotcha.
She's serving Ayan Oman. See, you ain't got no pen. Okay, listen. You have to get a cup of coffee as well. Get your green tea. Blessing! Even Blessing can help you today. Yeah. And actually, now talk about politics. Actually, who was the first Black president in America?
You see, now you about to start. Now this pen don't work. So it depends on who you talk to. Obama.
Can I have full names, please?
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama. Okay.
Yes.
Barack Obama. Okay. Let me ask you the next question. Was Barack Obama Black American?
Here we go. I'm trying to get my citizenship now.
You can get it, no problem. But I'm just asking you a question. Was Barack Obama Black American?
He was. What was Barack Obama? He was Hawaiian. Yeah.
He was how?
His daddy was from Kenya.
So what does that make
Yes.
Barack Obama? So what does
Yes.
that make Barack Obama? Hey, Kenyans,
Yes.
hey, my African village in the room right now. Please wake up right now.
Yes.
Wake up. Okay, wait a minute. So what does that make? So
Yes.
the first black president in America was what? I want to hear you say.
Barack
But
Obama.
I'm gonna say it on your behalf. I'm gonna say it on Barack Obama was Kenyan American. Kenyan
Uh-huh.
American. Write it down.
Yep. Write that
Yeah,
down.
Kenyan American.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Now we about to
so
have some
so
more
do
next coming up.
hey. So do
And
we
it's about to
agree?
be
Do we agree
heavy.
that the first black American president was Kenyan American,
Yes,
Barack
sir.
Obama?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we agree. We agree. All my Kenyans in the room,
Raise
at
up.
least. Oh my God. This is gonna be a long night. Thank you guys. So again, the topic today, Africans versus Black Americans. Why is it so hard? Why is it so tough for Black Africans to date Black Americans and vice versa? The first thing that Denise has told us today is stereotypes. And we're touching this up. Anything else?
I feel like it's the media too. Like we all get programming from media, from internet, from the news, from everywhere. And even using words and stereotypes in the media, definitely I think it moves quicker, which is almost like a bad cancer. Like it moves so fast that you can't even get control of it sometimes. So
That's right.
that's yeah. We gotta make sure we use our own brains instead of letting other people think for us.
That's right.
Yeah.
By the way, Denise, I got some good news. Someone you already got a Kenyan name, by the way. So let me give you some history. So my tribe, I am Kikuyu. Okay.
Okay.
So actually, someone gave you a very beautiful Kikuyu name. It's called Njeri. Njeris are very beautiful in my tribe.
Okay.
So now you have an African. You have an African name.
I got an African name. Yay!
They give you
they
give you that name. The one right there. So just check on the screen right there. It's called Njeri.
Right there.
Yeah. Njeri.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually gonna make a custom hoodie for you, and I'm gonna write your name right here. I'm gonna put it Njeri for you. Yay. That's gonna be your African name.
I appreciate that.
Evelyn, welcome. Welcome to the conversation. Okay, Dottie, the queen. Oh yes, get on the computer. Perfect. Yes. Now this is gonna work. Yes. I forgot to mention that, Dottie. Next time, like if you come in, let's just be coming in with a computer, using a computer. So let's welcome the future senator of Minnesota, Dottie the Queen. Yeah, yes. Hey, and by the way, she's from my country, so please relax. She's a Black African. Please.
Yes.
So Dottie, hey, are you gonna go again? What? Oh, please. Are you kidding me? She crashed again.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry, she crashed again.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so they've given you a Kikuyu name.
Thank y'all.
Ain't that sweet?
Yes.
Thank y'all. Okay. Be careful. Let's talk about it right now. I put people on the hot seat. Are you single right now? Are you dating an African right now?
No.
So the Kenyan kicked out. They different kicked out. All gone. Okay, I crossed it out. They're all gone.
Just go ahead and cross it out.
As I wait for Dottie to come in, we're gonna have a look at something that really was a big wake up. I mean, it was a big wake up call for me.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna go back to the subject of George Floyd.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when here in the DMV, we had, the protests were going on. So I actually took my camera and I went to DC to document what was happening in DC. And I went there, and at one point I was live streaming on my Facebook page. And I remember someone who's of course African asking me, why are you protesting for them?
Yeah, those people. Yeah.
Guys, did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
They say that. Someone told me personally, like, why are you protesting for them? Does it make any sense? Let's read this comment as we proceed, man. We got so much to cover today, Denise. Africans need to stop looking at African American from an outside lane.
Yes.
Once we understand their struggle from their point of view, then we will have empathy.
Yep. Across the
board.
board.
That point right there.
Yes.
You took that home.
I need a clap for that. And
we
vice
took that
versa.
home.
Yes, vice versa.
And vice versa.
Yep.
You hear that?
Yeah. I need to stay up there the whole night.
Hey, look at this, Denise. Always think this way. Their oppressor is always in their face. And our oppressor, now for the Black Americans, was always a yardstick away. So that's a closing statement. Mm-hmm. See, Denise, what happened in and now let's go back, which actually now brings the second point of why is it so tough, and why is it uncommon to find Black Africans dating Black Americans and vice versa. We have historical trauma.
Yeah.
Both Black Africans and Black Americans have experienced a history of oppression and discrimination.
Yep.
Which can impact their views on relationships and dating.
Mm-hmm.
Historical trauma can create mistrust and resentment towards other groups, which can make it difficult to form cross-cultural relationships.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Totally.
Denise, the Black American oppressor is still here.
Mm-hmm.
Africa, we come from a place of colonization. We don't talk about nobody even mentions the word colony in Africa. Mm-hmm. This was back in the 60s and in the 50s and the 40s. So it's not even a subject.
Right.
You don't hear that conversation about, you see what the white people are doing? The white colonial masters are doing to us. You don't even hear that. I'm in America. That's a conversation every day.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Yeah.
Say something about it. What's your view?
Well, this is a lot. I don't even know what it's
I know.
This comment about none of that. So let's just start there.
Yeah.
And that's under the conversation of unity. It's hard to be unified, especially when we talk about this conversation here, because we both have oppressors on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Where do we meet in the middle? So do we stay out here? Do we stay, we're stuck in our oppression, or do we meet in the middle somewhere? So this, it's a lot.
So it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's so much to
listen, remember what I told you? I was like, remember when I actually just pitched the idea of bringing this to the podcast, I said, hey, Denise, this is going to be like 25 minutes, 30 minutes, but I knew
Yes.
We have to do part 1, the part 2, and the part 5, and the part 6 of this conversation.
Yes, for sure.
Just to unpack everything that we're having, we're talking about today. But again, thank you very much, whoever who's watching here. Be proactive in this conversation. I'm gonna be flashing your comments on the screen. But I like what Sagasi said. Africans need to stop looking at African Americans from an outside lane, and let's say also and vice versa. I can say that. Once we understand their struggle from their point of view, we will have empathy. Let me tell you something, Denise. I've met some really ignorant Black Americans.
Me
that
too.
Is what they do is, and I'm saying this actually from a distance. What they do is, you see the way you talk about, like, people just they're too quick to judge someone. Where we come from, we have different accents. The way I speak English, we speak different. We speak differently.
Yeah.
And you might, you got some. I got my brothers and sisters, when they speak English, I mean, the accent is deep, like it's deep.
Yeah.
And I've watched someone go, like, someone would just say something, and just because of the way he said it or how he pronounced the word, they automatically cut him off. Like, this is Africa. Then the stereotypes coming. The stereotyping coming.
Yeah. All the information roll back in from what they learned.
Roll back in. But then again, remember, I told you I got a bunch of Black American friends. I've been in a place where I'm with Black Africans, and as soon as a Black American comes in the picture, you see the energy just go down like this. It's all about, again, look at them. Oh, think you're better than everybody. Like, then everything starts piling up. Dottie is right here. Dottie, actually, because unfortunately you're.
She got
Can you read that comment? Can you? Yeah. Okay. Can you read that? What she say?
Yeah.
What did she say? Read that.
Wait a minute. Black Americans are the most hard people to date for me. I've dated 2 and didn't last even 2 months. That makes sense.
How long did your? But yeah, that's actually interesting. So how long did your African relationships last?
So some of them were really short, not long, maybe a month.
What? A month? Okay.
Yeah, and then the other ones were like years and years.
Oh, years and years?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see. So let me make a bright guess. The Ghanaian was the longest one. The Ghanaian was the longest one?
Yes. In that order.
The Kenyan was also. The Kenyan was how many? Like 2 months?
Not long. It was like a month. Yeah.
A month. Okay. I'm gonna say something about that. What about the Ethiopian guy?
That was a little bit longer, and that was a long time ago.
Okay. That was a long time
say about maybe 2 to 6 months.
Okay. You see this?
Yeah.
Listen, I can. Dr. The Queen, everybody. Listen, I did it. Listen, I did it. A Black American.
Hello.
Let's have a commercial break. Let's have a commercial break. God damn it. Hi guys, welcome back to the Vote TV YouTube Prime Time Show. Why are you laughing, Dennis? Why are you laughing?
Because I'm looking for the answer. Go ahead.
There's nothing for me to explain. Are you waiting for an explanation?
Yes.
There's no. I did it. Listen, I did it a Black American, and let me just have a cup of coffee.
It lasted this long, like that.
Like
It didn't work. I mean, it happens.
hey, there's nothing to work. See why I'm asking you that question? Like, because you were saying, you say 1 month for the Kenyan guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in that category, so that's accurate.
Okay.
So actually, mine was 18 days.
Going on here. Okay.
Yeah, so it was 18 days. 18 days.
Not 18.
I did it in the Black Americans for 18 days, and those 18 days.
Now what you count?
In those 18 days, hey, relax. We have to take a cup of coffee. Somebody called the paramedics.
Did it change your life?
The blood pressure went so high. So for those 18 days, listen to this, Denise. For those 18 days, I kicked her out of the house 4 times. 4 times. 4 times. 4 times.
Oh no.
She drove me crazy.
Oh, poor Nelson.
But he's saying for Nelson, there's nothing poor here.
Well, poor 18-day girl.
Yeah. I'm in that category.
This
How
is
can we make
another
this work?
thing we didn't talk about.
What?
The mentalities, like how we're raised. Like, I feel like most Africans are raised off of kindness. Like, that's your baseline, like generosity and kindness.
That's right.
You would think most people were raised like that. You would hope most people were raised like that. But unfortunately, a lot of us weren't. So yeah, I think that's a disconnect too. Like it's like, what is common sense? What you
listen, by the way, Denise, how did we miss that comment? Read the one on the screen.
Oh, dang.
Read it out loud.
Oh. What? It's like the one that came to my family, he is serving, that's supposed to be serving life in federal prison.
Yes, federal prison.
Wow.
Sagacity. Let's do this. This is very interesting.
I'm noticing something too.
Black American. Serving life in federal prison. Let's do this. Guys, I'm going to put a link in the comment section. Sagasi, come up here. I'm going to put a link in the comment section. You can join us up here in this conversation. Dottie has said that she dated 2 Black Americans and didn't even last 2 months.
Right.
Do you hear that thing about, like, it's quick in, quick out?
I'm noticing.
Mine was 18 days. But I said 18 is almost crazy. My blood pressure went up 4 times. She kicked out of the house. With a lot of shenanigans going on.
I see.
And by the way, and mind you, by the way, she was a God-fearing woman. I'm a God-fearing man.
Right.
We're kind of like trying to see, like, like when you want to check, like, okay, here and here, here and here. How are you brought up? How was I brought up? But then I started looking. I started seeing a lot of differences in how she was brought up and how I was brought up.
Yep.
And that really
huge. And it's not even.
Oh, you can see.
That's the underlying. That's what I mean by looking on the inside of the person's heart.
Yeah.
Your mind can do some things, but what's your core? What's your heart like?
That's right. It doesn't even come close.
Right.
So I wanted to bring what you told. I mean, I had done. I was I'll just write down my notes. So I was looking at cultural differences. Black Africans and Black Americans may have different cultural backgrounds and beliefs
that
can create barriers to forming romantic relationships. For example, cultural norms around gender roles.
Mm-hmm.
What a woman is supposed to do, like the African mentality of, the woman is supposed to be submissive. And when it comes to Black Americans, okay, I gotta keep on going on because Black numbers are coming back.
It's okay.
Family values
Yeah.
and religion can differ between these groups, which can make it challenging to find common ground in a relationship. Do you agree with that?
For sure. That's why even in these short-term interactions, it's important to get to know the person. Like, and there's nothing wrong with, okay, it's not working, let's go. Like, it's nothing wrong.
Wow. Denise, I got another special guest for you tonight.
Okay.
We're gonna welcome my sister. She's actually in Baltimore. What's going on? Why she's hanging? Okay, there you go. She lives in Baltimore.
Okay.
But
good evening, guys. Good evening. Good evening, Denise.
Hi.
Welcome.
Yeah, so you are talking about this, and I just wanted to share. I'm just gonna cut the story to where my sister got married to an African American. His name is Rodney Flukas. You can search it, Rodney Flukas. Put that name in the search engine, and you'll see everything that he's done. Anyway.
Listen, did you say Rodney Flukas?
Yes, Angalia Sai. Search.
Go ahead, Carlo.
Yeah, so my sister was married to him, and the story is on the newspaper. I don't want to go into it. And what ended up, I had to foster 4 of his kids for 2 years because of that foolishness. Now he's serving life in a federal prison.
What did he say? What did he do again? As I'm looking, blessing is
trafficking, child trafficking, incest.
Whoa!
Underage children. Yes.
Wait a minute.
Oh no.
Wait a minute.
Search hapo. Nakwambia. Rodney Flukas, angalia, itatoka.
Oh my God, check this out. Listen to this. This is crazy.
Soma, tell the world.
This is crazy. Actually, hold up. I gotta bring this up. Oh my God. Wait, this was your sister's husband?
Yes.
Go ahead, Carla, because I'm gonna bring the story up. Guys, now we're getting started. Now the show starts. Before I was just running my mouth. Denise, I told you, girl.
Kuna receipts hapo, kuna evidence.
I'm gonna bring this thing up as we proceed. And that's why I love YouTube. Thank you very much, guys. Again. Blessing, just give me a second. I'm gonna bring this thing on the screen for you guys to see.
I could send it to her. All you had to do is Google it. It came right up.
You found it, didn't you? Yeah, it comes right up.
I gotta give me a second.
That's wild.
This is wild. This is bonkers.
So 2017, I received a letter from the government. You have possible relatives. Because there's a long story happened before that. So me and my sister, we weren't talking because of this guy. So we weren't talking. So I received a letter 2017. You have possible relatives. They're in foster care. So now I go finding my possible relatives. 4 kids. From 8 years old, I think it was to 12 years old. I had to bring them to my house for 2 years.
Wow.
Okay, now, okay, Carlo, please allow me. First of all, I'm gonna bring the first two. I think it's the one you're talking about, but let's have a look at this. Was he also doing this to his own children?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. So I got the right one.
Yes.
Just want to make sure.
Because the older girl is the one who eventually wanted to kill herself. He went and ran. I'm sorry, I'm talking. We are used to Nelson, so we talk in English and Swahili. I'll try to skip English. So, the older kid is the one who went and crashed the vehicle. And that's why when he went to the hospital, he reported it to the hospital. Like his father has been molesting him since he was 10, 12 years old. And she was 18 at that particular time.
And he had married your own sister?
Yes.
Woo! Denise, do you agree why black African women, they also run away? They'd be like, because also, by the way, actually, I also had put on the issue about crime. Crime was a factor. Like such stories scare people from where we come from. Yeah, it scares them a lot.
Right.
Yeah. Now I can look at that from the perspective of black African women who say, "Hey, keep your hands away from black American men."
I mean,
does it make sense?
Yes, it all makes sense. But it's also like, are we going to allow that to divide us? Like, we become, instead of becoming all of us black or all of us African.
Yeah.
Are we going to allow these situations and the reporting of these situations? Let's be honest about that too. To divide us. Even with George Floyd, like the division of everyone.
Yeah.
Not just black. Everybody was divided. Is that helpful? It's not helpful.
Nah.
It's
not helpful.
Right.
It's not. Yeah.
So
we have a responsibility to educate and make people see
both sides.
It's more than that.
Both sides.
Both sides.
Both sides.
That's right.
Need to be
and that's where I come, I can tell you from my personal experience, if you come from Kenya and you come into America, you come with a different mindset, with a different view. You look at the African American in a different way, and then when you see their struggle, you don't connect with them. You are questioning yourself, how come they can't do this? How come they can't do this? But you don't understand the history, the in-depth struggle that they've gone through for all those years. But once you are in their community and embrace them and learn who these African American community people are, then you get them from where they are and you move in, and I'm telling you, you meet the greatest people. Because now you're connecting, you have that empathy. You don't have the judgment, you see? Because some situations you will find in these homes, I don't want to talk into details, from my background, I'll be questioning why is this happening? Why is this, but then you have to see the history of where it came, to the point of taking the black man from the home and leaving the, women with the children. And it's just.
Okay, go ahead.
For 50 years, and I had a friend from Nigeria with me. We're doing a business. We're building something in Dominican Republic, where I'm at now. I had him with me. I had this thing on. I didn't know I had it on. I had it on speaker. And so the young African guy was talking. He was saying some things about history, which was good. But then he kept saying African Americans are drug addicts, African Americans are homeless, African Americans are this. And then another African American kid got on him and they were fighting back and forth. And I said, listen, this behavior will not stop the fact that myself and others who have invested in Africa, humanitarian programs, charities, and et cetera, it's not going to stop that.
Yes.
But the behavior will make people not want to engage anymore, because they say they're trying to tell African Americans that they're not indigenous to this country. They're not what a lot of people say, Cherokee Indian, and African. I'm Cherokee Indian. My grandmother was Cherokee Indian. My grandfather on my father's side was Cherokee Indian. They were on the reservation.
Okay.
Well, obviously there was some mixture there. My name is, my last name is Robinson. So whatever
Yeah.
happened, I'm telling them at
Yeah.
75 years old, growing up in the what they call it, the Jim Crow laws, segregated South Carolina. Back in those
That's
days,
right.
like apartheid.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't have
Jimmy
time to
Crow.
think about, it's wonderful to know your heritage. I'm not saying that. I
Yes.
didn't have time to think about where did I come from, where did I didn't go. I was working on getting to college, getting university, getting my degree, doing business, trying to be successful. What's that means?
That means tap the screen. That means tap the screen, Professor Dr. Robinson.
Where
No,
do
no,
you
no,
tap
no,
at?
not you. No, no, not you, not you.
The people.
Yeah, the viewers, the viewers, yeah.
So
They can tap, tap the screen and lock in. Let's go.
right. So my whole thing to them is this. My friends in Africa that I know for 40, 50 years, we don't behave like this. They don't care whether I'm a bird in the sky. If I call myself bird in the sky, they don't care. They know who I am. They know my heart. They know what I'm trying to do. They know that we have to progress together. Okay? I need them. They need me. The Bible says that the old man has wisdom. The young man has strength. And together they move mountains.
True.
You have to have
That's
something.
right.
You have to be together. But brother, I
That's right.
don't know. Maybe you know better than me, because I'm new to this TikTok business, and I'm just now getting
Hey,
into these different
welcome.
things, and
Welcome.
I'm learning. But you probably know better than me. What is going on with people? Why are they so angry?
I like that question. Let me tell you something, Dr. Robinson. There's always been a division of Africans and African Americans. There's always been that line. And let me tell you something. I'm in the U.S., okay? I'm in the U.S. I was born in Africa. I grew up in Europe, and I'm in America. So I'm actually blessed to have experienced three different cultures: Africa, Europe, and American culture. On top of that, I speak 6 languages. You get that part?
Right.
And when I came to America, I realized that there's a thin line between Africans in America and African Americans in America. And actually, I've witnessed African Americans who say they don't want to do anything that comes from Africa, or they don't even want to be called African Americans. Have you seen that before?
How long ago that started? How long?
From actually, I can say it's always been there. And hold up. Do I have any? Listen, let me do this, Dr. Robinson. This is actually a very interesting conversation. Welcome to my podcast. Do we have any Africans watching right now who are in America? I'm definitely going to urge you to just send me a request and we can have this conversation. Anybody who's watching here from the States, you can come up here and talk about it. This is an interesting conversation. Dr. Robinson is saying Africans are out here saying, oh, African Americans, wah, 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 wah. Welcome, whatever in Africa, whatever, they're cussing them out. That's how these things started. And he's asking why. Can you guys type in the comment section, or can we, hey, Mr. Aringa, you here? We here, brother? Okay, so who would like to come up here and just talk to Dr. Robinson about, that's how this is Africa and African Americans, different cultures, and why there's that friction between these two cultures. Anybody? Mr. Aringa, okay. So Dr. Robinson, let me pick one guest, okay? And then we're gonna and thank you for coming here. Did he say you were you in the Dominican Republic?
Yeah.
That's what you say? Okay. Yeah. How is it out there? You love it?
I'm doing work, and I have a son out here as well, but I'm basically here for business. Building some construction, hotel,
okay.
Condominium buildings, things like that.
Awesome. And you say you're 75?
Yeah.
Yes. How are you, sir?
Yeah. Yo, Mr. Ring, open your camera too.
Yeah, I'm 74 now. In April, I'll be 70.
Wow. Yo. You remind me. You remind me of something. You remind me of someone, by the way, Dr. Robinson. You remind me of who's that Black American candidate who wanted to run for presidency? What is his name again?
That's my brother, Cornel West, Dr. Cornel West.
Cornel West. That's right. Let's. Yeah, Cornel West.
He'll be
I
mad
thought it was
at you.
Cornel West.
You know what he gonna say to you? He said, "I ain't that ugly." I always tell him, I said, "You look better than me. Bro. You look much better than me." He's a little younger than me as well, but I always tell him, "You look better than me." Don't. So everybody says that.
Okay, yeah, Cornel West. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
Mr. Ringer, talk to Dr. Robinson.
How are you doing,
What do you
sir?
think?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay.
Yeah, where are you from?
I'm from U.S. and
What part of US?
South Carolina originally, and then I moved to Manhattan, and then my wife
Where you at?
moved to Connecticut. But I'm in DR right now doing some business.
Oh, I'm from California,
Okay. What part?
San Angeles.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Welcome to the platform. This is the only platform which works out, but Nelson don't know me. But I always watch the show almost every day.
Okay.
It's just doing great work, and you welcome to the platform.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Talk to him, bro. Talk to him. So, what's your take?
So, what do you do by living right now?
I just in construction, building. You know, I'm retired. I was a retired psychologist. Practiced in 40 years, but I'm in business for a long time in construction. You know, cars, supermarkets. You know, I'm in everything. I'm doing a lot of mining in Africa as well. You know, and doing some bauxite in the Caribbean and some music development. You know, things like that. I got people work for me, and I'm all over the place. You know.
What kind of business you deal with it nowadays?
Huh?
What kind of business you work with?
Construction, real estate.
All right, let's have some
manufacturing.
time. Let's have time. You know, like I mean, he's just coming here and he's just asking you questions. The reason why I brought him up here was to simply answer the question or explain why do
Oh,
we
I
have
should have
these
asked him. It was my
African
report. Yeah, it was my
Africa.
report. Yeah, I should have
Yeah.
asked him. I should have
No,
asked him.
no, it's okay. It's okay. No, listen, let's just kick it. Bro, just stay right there and just have a glass of water. So what I think is, well, from my perspective, I can say this. People like Africans will say they will accuse African Americans of being extremely proud and that they have forgotten where they come from. They have forgotten Africa. They don't want to be associated with Africa, and that becomes a problem. And I think look, Dr. Robinson, your ancestors, your great grandfathers and mothers, they came from Africa. Every Black American,
The whole
every
world.
African American, the whole, Africa, that's where, Africa is the home of civilization. Everything
Right.
started from
You
Africa.
know, before it was Africa, Akuberlan, and before civilization started, it wasn't called
Yeah.
Africa. It became Africa in 1780. The Europeans called it Africa, but it was called something else. So African Americans are saying that there's a young African American man. I think he's a geologist. He told everybody you can get to Africa within 4 hours from Arizona. And everybody said, "You crazy?
Yeah.
You out your mind?" He said, "No, the world split." And he showed them in Arizona where you can take a boat and go over to Africa in 4 hours, and he did it. So our thinking is that if Africa's that close, and the old map, when you look at the old map before the world split, America was right into Africa. So our thinking, African American, is that because we're told, and there's historical facts, that when Columbus first came, he said, "Oh, they look like," I forgot what they called them back then, but he meant Africans, when he saw them. Then somebody said that,
You mean when he saw the Native Americans when he landed
right,
here?
when he first got,
He
he
said,
saw the
yeah,
Native American. Then somebody says,
yeah,
I don't know how good it is. Because I don't think, sometimes these things make division more than they make people come together. So another person said, the red Indians that we see was brought from Siberia to America to replace the other people that was here already. And then they mixed, they married, and they make different kind of kids and mulattoes and all this stuff. So I'm saying to the people, because they really, really, there's a guy, his name is Jay History. He's from Nigeria. And he's saying, you African Americans, you're so stupid. Y'all don't know nothing. You're not educated. And he said to me, oh, you an old man and you don't know nothing. I say, sir, have respect. Because I know I got a house in Abuja. Okay. I know if I take you to Africa and you talk to me with that kind of talking, somebody in Africa is going to check you. Because they're very African. I love my people. I love Africans. Right.
Put respect on my name. You better put respect on my name.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm saying to him that it doesn't matter where a person come from, because if the Europeans go to Africa and they can do this, this, and this and donate money, what's the difference between if I'm a Cherokee Indian and I want to go? You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
So I'm saying if I said to you, because a lot of African Americans can't trace, because remember it's 400 years we've been here. So a lot of African Americans, they can trace their heritage to the Cherokee Nation, the Choctaw, the different Indians. They can trace, and maybe go and maybe those people are Africans as well. When you look at the diaspora.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right. That's
so I'm
right.
saying,
the features and all that.
Him, right. So I said to him, what difference does it make if the person has a good heart and they want to support Africa? Maybe they want to tell you about everybody wants to tell you about their history. That's how you make friends. The best way to make friends is ask somebody, where you from? What's your language? And you have a conversation from there and you find yourself in a great experience. People love to talk about where they're from. The same thing with African Americans. And I realized that, 400 years, some countries not even 400 years old as well. So we've been here 400 years. So obviously we're going to feel some level of connection. Plus the fact that, Africans say they know the history and everything, but they never talk about the first airplane built by African American, the street lights built by African American, first open heart surgery that was done successfully, African American, blood plasma, what they call it, for lack of a better word, antibiotics discovered
Did they also have there was this one famous Black American doctor who they say that he actually discovered the cure for cancer and then they shut him down.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
Also Black American.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those they've had those major attributes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
That's right.
And I'm saying to us, why not embrace all that was good, because there's bad too. There's the African Americans I don't deal with.
That's right. The same thing with Africans, Dr. Robinson. We got Africans that we don't like. We got Africans who are bad too.
Yeah, I
like,
and I know, and I don't.
It is what it is, my brother.
I'm looking for the good. See what I'm saying? I'm saying to the young brother, I'm not looking to fight who you, where you come from. Yeah. And I know it's traditionally, it's a traditional intelligence in Africa that you know your tribe, your language, your everything. Ibu,
your culture.
Yoruba, boom, 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 boom. I didn't have that. I didn't have that pleasure. That's what I'm trying to explain to him. If I had it, I would stand up and say, I'm Yoruba, I'm Ibu, So I'm telling all the young people, all of them are young people, and they're going back and forth. African Americans too, they fighting with the African playing with them. And I'm telling them, listen, I'm 75 years old. I'm not fighting. I never know. You're right. African Americans and Africans always had some kind of a little dispute. I'll call it that. The brother, I've got the brother named Scipio. He made the African Connection newspaper from Ghana. Good friend of mine's. For 50 years, all right? When he first came to America, I helped him, whatever I can do. But I'm saying he never cared about, I never cared where he come from. I just see he's a good man and he's my good friend. I look at Africans, I look at African Americans. If you're good and you want to do something positive and you need help, let's go. Let's get it done. Because right now I'm telling you young people, you're spending your time fighting the wrong war. because right now we need each other. And that's why I said, let me talk to you, because
that's suitable.
Maybe you could spread the word around that we need each other. We don't need to be fighting. If a person says,
Dr. Robinson, it all comes down to one thing. And it's 4 letters, 4 magic letters. It's love. It's love. You just have to spread love. Just sprinkle love all over the place, and the world will be a better place. It's that simple. But the problem is, just speaking from talk about human psychology, hate is more powerful. People love hating each other.
Yeah.
People don't love loving each other. They love hating each other. They love the division. And that's why even talk about the whole African culture, or the whole African American, Black American dispute or feud that you witness in modern times. I can tell you it's because of the absence of love. I have a lot of Black American friends, and I also take pride. I love my African heritage. I'm a proud African. I wear my African skin wherever I go.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
I told them, I said, listen, Africans are great. They're great, very intelligent people, extremely intelligent.
Right. Absolutely.
Nigerians do everything. America said they're the smartest people in the world.
Kenyans, bro.
They're the richest.
Kenyans, bro. Go to Kenya, bro. Dr. Robinson, you better go to Kenya. You better go to Kenya. You got a house in Abuja. You better come to Kenya, bro.
I got my friend Dr. Gideon Karando. He's in Kenya, Nairobi. I got business in Kenya too. Kenya is very smart people. But I'm just saying, what America's blowing up. America like to blow up individual people because they got a purpose why they do that. Okay, they got a purpose why they say that. I understand it. I'm smart enough. Thank you. There you go.
Yeah.
Check this out. Yeah. I'm telling them. I'm saying y'all can sit here and fight and fuss and talk the madness. You think you're going to stop good people from going to Africa? You think it'll stop good Africans in America?
Hell no.
You're going to stop us.
No.
Stop. I'm telling them, you're wasting your time. You're young. You should be somewhere learning, somewhere developing your skills, somewhere, some school, get you some knowledge, building a business. That's what I would like to do. I would like to, know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a contest. I'm going to take 10 Africans. I'm going to take 10 African-American young men, maybe between the ages of 18 and 25. I'm going to say, listen, I'm going to get each of you guys $100,000. And I want y'all to go get a business and make this 100,000 into whatever you can make it and come back in 6 months. Right, come back in 6 months. Let's see who's successful. And then we're going to take a portion of the money you keep and a portion of the money send back to Africa to support the children and help some of the charities that I have. So, I got plans, but, we have to
Dr. Robinson, let's kick it. Look, listen, I've never met Dr. Robinson before. Never in my life. He just popped. I just picked you up. He just popped in up here, right? The universe aligns great minds. People who operate on the same frequency, they connect. You're here for a reason, my brother. And I honestly do appreciate you. Mm-hmm. And Dr. Robinson, I'm gonna follow you. You said you're new on TikTok. I'm gonna give you a few nuggets. TikTok is full of toxicity. People who are heartbroken, people who are hurt. But hot people. We say that, right?
Right. Yeah, that's true. Very true.
So you're a great man who has a vision. You're a great man who's doing great things for humanity. You are a great man who's impacting humanity. It doesn't matter whether it's Africa or South America. I don't care where it is. You're doing something for humanity. And that is what matters. So I'm going to do this. Dr. Robinson, thank you very much. God bless you and God prosper you. And when you get on these TikTok lives and you got some people like talking all this crap and all this shit, don't pay attention to it.
Yeah. That's why I reach out to brothers like you. There's other African brothers I talk to, very nice, and they want to do something productive. And so, because I think if we spread more love, and we get more of us to understand what's going on, because I'm sure a lot of things that's going on, you probably look at it and say, oh, This is garbage. I don't want to look at it. But what's happening is, I heard a conversation, and the African guy told the American guy, he said, "Oh, you a stupid little, BICTA, And he said, I'll put my ba 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 in your mouth." And the guy was very upset about that. He was very upset. And he's telling the guy,
people say the same thing.
Right. He told the guy, "Give me your address and your this, and I'm gonna come, and and the African guy said, "You come, I got this, I got that, blah, 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 blah. Ping, ping, ping," like they say over this thing. He's So I said, "Brothers, stop it. Stop it. Let's stop it right now." I said, "I'm talking as your father. Stop it, both of you." I said, "I don't want to hear no craziness. Nobody's doing nothing to nobody, because it's very unnecessary. The conversation, what he said to you, is just to hurt your feelings. He ain't gonna do that to you. He's not gonna do that."
That's right.
The guy like, the African man guy, I got my 9 kids and blah blah blah, and he disrespected me. I said, "Brother, listen, you're a grown man.
Don't pay attention. Don't pay attention to that."
And I told the African brother, I said, in your heart that if your mother and father heard you say that to somebody, you'd be in trouble. I said what I told the African young people, I said, "You're a very bad representation of Africa. You're here in America.
That's right.
You're representing Africa. You're representing your culture, your tribe, your mother, your father." One thing my parents told me when I leave my house to go to university to live, they said, "Don't disgrace the family." And I'm telling them, both of them, the African American guy as well as him, I said, "You're disgracing your mother and father. They work hard. They try to put you to school. They try to help you. And this is how you come out and behave and talk." I said, people will think you come from the garbage can. You understand what I'm saying?
That's absolutely right. That's absolutely. Let me tell you, Doctor. Actually, it's I like. Let me just inject something. Right. You got people in America they've never left America.
That's true.
They've only been in America. I've come across Black Americans who I have to educate how things work in America. How things operate in Africa. Let me give an example, right? Like the way you say, people think you come from garbage cans, because that's all they see on television, right? They've never left them. Listen, they've never left America.
Right.
And a bunch of them don't even have a passport. They've never even left their own state. And someone is asking you a stupid question like, "Hey, y'all got cars down there? Y'all got cars down there?"
And a lot of people a lot of people being facetious. They just say to get to you.
Yeah.
They know.
So they do those. Yeah, because whatever is being projected on the news about Africa is just, "Oh, Africa is poor. Africa is this. Africa is a third world country. Oh, Africa is always asking for help." And then when I step up on a platform like this, because I have a voice, I have a platform. I run a movement, Dr. Robinson. I remind people we are kings and queens up here. Africa, I say Africa is not a third world country. Africa is a first world country. Mm-hmm. We got the gold, we got the copper, we got the oil, we got all the precious metals in the whole world. Mm-hmm. I don't see coffee plantations in America. I don't see tea plantations in America. But if I go to Starbucks, I'm going to spend $9 on a cup of coffee, right?
Yeah.
But then I'm going to look back and I'm going to look at a farmer, because where we come from, we got coffee. We got the best tea and the best coffee. And I look at how much that coffee farmer is being paid, and it hurts me. So I repeat, it's an interesting subject, but the foundation, the cure for all this is love. One of my sisters actually mentioned in the comment section, and I'm gonna read that comment to you. She said, "When Black Americans come to Africa, we welcome them with open arms. Okay, we welcome them like, yo, welcome to Africa. But when Africans come to America, it's like, yo, look at these filthy rats. Look at these filthy rats from the garbage. Like you said, from the garbage can."
And I told African Americans on one site, I said, "Listen, don't think that this is a representation of Africa. When you go to Africa, it's a totally different, just like when you go to any country, you go to Europe and you meet Italians, you meet a different Italian than you meet in America, right? You go to Africa, you meet a different African than you meet here. It's a total different environment. is very respectful. They're very loving. They're very welcoming. And I told that to African Americans. I said, if you don't know it, travel. Go travel and go to Africa. It's a beautiful place. It's beautiful opportunities, business and everything. I started doing business many years ago because it's more opportunities there than in America, because America is very congested and there's a lot of business is very, business in America is tight. Everybody got somebody, they know somebody, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, I'm telling them that, and I'm telling Africans, don't take, because, most of the time, there's neighborhoods that African Americans lived that a lot of Africans don't get to see. A lot of times you don't get to see, but the overall general population of Africans, if they're a politician, if they're an actor, they're a singer, they're on television, they're a philanthropist, or they're, they do it. And I always tell Africans too, you have to Google African charities that we do for Africa and see how many of us are doing good things. So there's representation. Maybe a few people might be angry. Maybe you meet some guy on the corner. Maybe he's, got some addiction or something. His behavior is terrible. And maybe he might say something out of pocket, as they say. But that's not representation of us as a people, as same as you're saying.
I like that. It's not. Listen, I like that. That's the thing. You see, look, you're saying that's not the representation of us. Let me, Dr. Robinson, you can agree, because you're a very knowledgeable person. The most hardworking people you'll ever come across are Africans.
Right.
Africans who come to America, they work their butt off, and they are the most hardworking people.
See, I grew up on a farm, right? My grandfather was a sharecropper, what they call sharecropper. That means you're working for the man until you can pay him off and get your own land and then farm for yourself. And my grandfather ended up getting 10,000 acres of land from his sharecropping and became very wealthy. But I'm just saying, my grandfather used to get migrants workers to come and work for him. And some Africans, some Caribbeans, and they would come to and say, listen, I'm not going back home. I'm going to walk out here and whatever. You understand what I'm saying? And my grandfather would say to them, how much money you need? You got enough money to keep you food? You want a home? You want an apartment? That's kind of heart he had. He was losing a worker, but he still had a heart to say, this man is here. He don't have family. He don't have nobody. I'm going to try it. He said, anytime you need something, call me. That's the family. My mother and father, when Ethiopia was going to be invaded by Mussolini, my mother and father gave money to help build because they asked for, 1930.
Check Mussolini for you guys. History classes right here. This is history classes right here. Like, you people should appreciate. Hold up, Robinson, you're on mute. Dr. Rob, hold up, unmute. We can't hear you, Dr. Robinson. Okay, now he's not gonna. Oh, now he's lost. Dr. Robinson, we can't hear you. You gotta unmute. Okay. Dr. Robinson, let me tell you something. I've done this on purpose. No, he can, we've sent him a request to unmute himself. We cannot unmute the guest. The guest has to do it himself.
That's a continuous community. We can build on that or we can destroy it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think we should build on it because we have more in common. And I told them also, you can look for differences. You can be with a woman and then one day you say, oh, you know what? She ain't my type. She's not like what I wanted. You can look for differences or you can look for similarities. A lot of people, I'm thinking what you're telling me. I'm thinking that that subject is all over TikTok. African Americans hate Africans, Africans hate Americans, blah, blah. African Americans.
And vice versa. Yeah, it's
African Americans. And maybe it builds a lot of excitement. Maybe it gives people a lot of attention. Hit, subscribe, love, spend a little money.
Tap the screen. Drop me 6 lions.
Right. I'm saying, brother, y'all can't make no money talking about loving each other. Y'all can't make no money talking about coming together. Y'all can't make no money by talking about.
That's right.
you know.
Y'all can't make money talking about love, and y'all can't make money talking about loving each other. Y'all can't make money talking about how to unite and build
Why we not talking about
legacies.
business?
Y'all can't do that. Y'all, come on now. Cook, Robinson.
Check this out. Where is the business podcast? Where is a podcast saying, hey, let's go here and work in the mines. Let's go here and get gold and get uranium. Where's the business?
Yeah.
There's a lot of business opportunities in Africa. Where's the business? Where's the people saying, well, let's go build a business in Africa?
Yeah.
Because African Americans, I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm not, African Americans got crazy money. I mean, there's a 9-year-old boy, he made cookies and went on television, and now he's a millionaire, 9 years old. Money is out there. When I was young, I told my children, I have 8 children and 30 grandchildren. I told my children, when I was young,
32 grandchildren. Wow.
Yes.
Legacy.
When I was young, I did the math. I said to myself, America got this much money. Every year they spend this much money. And they got this many people at that time, back in the 60s. And I said to myself, I said, you know what?
32. 32, you better be accurate. 32 grandchildren.
30. I'm sorry, 30. 3 zeros.
30?
Yeah.
30? Okay.
Yes.
And 8 children and 30 children and 30 grandchildren. Okay, got you.
So my oldest is 55. I shouldn't tell her age, she say. She's 55. She's 55, right? So her children have children, they children, so forth and so on. And my baby is she said don't call her baby, but she's 32 and she have children. So I was saying to myself, I did the math. America have more money than they have people. So I said, if I do business rather than job, I can make this money. Because my parents already had grocery store, restaurant, apartment buildings in Harlem. And so I had both choices. I was working in the hospital, and then I worked, in the business. And then I decided to go into the business because there's more opportunities there. So I said to myself, and even today, there's more money here. We're only 13% of the population. And imagine we have $3.2 trillion each year. That's a lot of money if you spend it right, because we have more money in the consumer dollars. The statistics said the other day that the African Americans got more millionaires. That's another statistic just came up. African American women are the most educated women in America. And so we have some positives to build on. And that only means best for our brothers and sisters. I told myself, imagine, because what I'm fighting for is sovereignty, independence for African American, and to have America have our own country, because too much confusion in this other part. Imagine if that happened and we have our own place and we can welcome Africans to our place and we can work together and develop, because this confusion is only—
That's more power.
Right. And
that's more power.
The purpose of the confusion is to make, and I told the young people the other night, Africans and African Americans, I said, let me tell you something. Sometimes you got to choose your wars. But remember this, confusion, God said confusion, I'm not in confusion. And when confusion comes around, you have to think, does it make sense to have this confusion? Because somebody create the confusion so you can get confused looking at the apple when the cherry is the best one. You know what I'm saying? They divert you.
Yo!
They know.
That's tweetable. That's right. Hey, cook, doctor. Cook.
They know.
Hold up, Dr. Robinson. By the way, if this conversation is challenging you, that's a high time you sit down and you take a pen and a notepad. Because I'm going to tell you, my people, I keep on saying this all the time, especially on this TikTok. You don't want to learn. When you go to a place where it's about knowledge and education, you run away. When you find people having a great conversation, kings and queens, you run away. That's what you do. Because right now, everyone is programmed to consume all these cheap conversations, all these gossips. This cannot build you. Let me remind you one more time. I'm so happy that he came. This was nowhere in my radar. This was nowhere in my radar. The moment you understand that knowledge is power, your life will change forever. And when you walk in a room where you're being challenged because of the topic up there, you know what you do? You sit down and you take a pen and a notepad and you take notes, like what I'm doing right here. I'm sucking in everything that he's saying. He's a knowledgeable man, and he's a respectful man, and he's a loving man. And that's why he came here, because the universe aligns great minds and people who operate on the same frequency, aligns them together. Vote TV is the home of love and humanity.
Yes. Yes.
Huh?
God is doing something great, and he's challenging us. I tell my kids, every time you see a problem and you can't solve that problem, it's not the problem, it's how God wants you to handle the problem. And so we're having a lot of difficulties as a people of African descent, people of whatever, indigenous, black people, black foundational, black American, whatever people call themselves is fine with me. But remember, people, we all look like this. We got this
That's
color,
right.
okay?
It's a melanin. It's a melanin.
Exactly.
It's a melanin in us.
Right. And if we don't find a
We're
way to
melanated.
come together, nobody is going to bring us together. There's no magic in the air.
That's right.
There's no Europeans going to say, oh, you know, you guys should get together. They're not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you to stay apart. Because
So they can compete.
the Bible says unity is power. Together you
That's
stand,
right.
divided you fall. And the Bible says either you can come together. The Bible says either you can come together as brothers and sisters, or you can die like fools. Who want to die like a fool? Not me.
Woo!
Not me.
Not me.
I'm gonna spread love,
Not me.
brother.
Hey, Dr. Robinson. Hey, Dr. Robinson. I gotta listen. Thank you for coming here today.
God bless, brother. And I appreciate
God bless you. And I'm gonna see you. Listen, you better come back. If you go to my bio, my number is up there. You can text me anytime. I'll follow you. I'm gonna inbox you, and then we can continue engaging in this.
Yeah, I want to do something with you.
Conversation.
What part of Africa you say you're from?
So I'm from Kenya.
Kenya, yes, yeah, okay.
Yes.
I'm doing something
Kenya,
there.
yeah.
I told you my partner over there in Nairobi. Yes.
Yes.
I'm doing stuff there. I just got over here now. When I finish here, I got to go to Nigeria and Ghana and do something, and then I'm probably gonna stop in Nairobi and see my friend because I haven't seen him. You better. He told me. Don't come there. Yeah. He said, "Don't come there. If you don't come to Nairobi, the greatest place in the world.
You ain't gonna leave. Look,
yes.
all I'm telling you, listen, Dr. Robinson, all I'm gonna tell you is you're invited. Listen, let's talk. Let's brainstorm. Everything happens for a reason. Beautiful. You could have been anywhere. But guess where you are? You're here at Vote TV family tonight. Amen. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
God
brother.
walk with you.
God bless you and your family.
Prosper.
Amen.